Hey everybody, how's it going? MMT wins every time, every single time. When you have the correct understanding of the functioning of the monetary system, and when you can understand how policy affects the monetary system and the markets, and that only comes through a proper understanding of the monetary system, which only comes from MMT, which is really a concise description of how the current monetary system functions. All right, everything out there, with the exception of those who understand MMT, everything out there, including all of mainstream academic economics, has it wrong. They're basically all still on a gold standard or a fixed exchange rate understanding. They do not understand the current reality of our monetary system. Now, I do. Those who follow MMT or who understand MMT, they do. But there aren't any MMT-based traders. There are no applied MMT practitioners other than myself and the research and the reports that I produce. All right. Now, a couple of things. First of all, yesterday I told you with regard to what is happening in Turkey with the markets and the Turkish lira, I said, and it was comical, really, I have to say, and I think I spoke about it in that way, that Reuters went crazy. They went nuts, and the market went nuts because the Turkish central bank did not raise interest rates again as expected. And what did they do? They sold the stock market off. They sold the lira. All right, when I'm sure, as I said yesterday, if you would ask any one of those zombies who sold the stock market yesterday, if you just pulled them aside in a separate question and asked, are interest rate hikes bullish for the stock market, they would say, no, they're terrible. Yet, when they did not get an interest rate hike, what did they do? They sold the stock market off and they sold the lira. And I said, you got to buy that now. You got to buy the lira. You got to buy. Everything reversed today. That was an easy trade. Everything reversed. And I will go on to say that this long period of selling and decline in the Turkish lira has probably come to an end. They are not going to raise interest rates anymore. As a matter of fact, the next move might be to cut interest rates. Erdogan understands this, the Turkish leader. He understands MMT, so that's number one. I had that right. Yesterday I bought lira. I already had a lira position. I added to it yesterday. A bunch of my people who subscribe to my service bought the Turkish ETF TUR. That's up 5% today. Okay? It's easy. Number two, we had a report. It's another one of these funny things. I'm telling you, when you understand, and you could see how the masses and the crowd and the zombies are running around like chickens with their heads cut off, all kind of willy-nilly, frantic, one way doing one thing, one day doing one thing, one day doing another thing, having their concocted rationale one day, and then that changes the next day. When you see all that happening, you really sit back and you laugh. Because you, as an MMT person who understands MMT and who has mental game, myself, for example, I am in total control. And I see these people just running around, willy-nilly, frantic, zombified, and I have total control. Anyway, CNBC, and probably a lot of you look at that station. I think it's a comedy station, personally, but a lot of you probably follow CNBC. CNBC comes out with a statistic today. Hey, look, when interest rates go up, historically the market has gone up. Whoa, hey, gosh, who told you guys that, 2.5 years ago? I said it's going to be bullish for the economy. Rate hikes are net fiscal expansions. The government is a net payer of interest when they raise rates. National income goes up, all else equal. They pay more. That flows to interest income. And yes, it's not equal, and not everybody has that, but it is a net addition to income. It's also a price increase. That is why, once again, after 7 rate hikes, we have inflation. We have higher gold prices. Even with this correction, we have a lower dollar. Now, MMT is right all the time. All you need to go along with that is the proper mental game. A lot of you don't have that. I would say the vast majority of you don't have that. I lost a lot of subscribers in the past month and a half because people just quit. They quit. They could not handle the discomfort, the adversity that they had to face, for example, with the dollar position. Now, I'm going to say this, and I have been saying it for a long time. We had a 4-month correction in the dollar going up. I've been saying all along the dollar is not in a bull trend. Rate hikes are not bullish for the dollar. Inflation is not bullish for the dollar. The fact that the dollar is ubiquitous and everybody owns it, and that has been the regime for the past, almost 50 years, 47 years, that is not bullish for the dollar either, okay? It's about price setting. And trade wars are not bullish for the dollar either, and the fact that there's some people saying there's no other alternative, that's just a lot of bunk, and that's not bullish for the dollar either. Now I'm starting to think, last week we had that pop in the dollar index. We made a marginal new high in this rally, but it failed to close there. It closed back in the range, and now there's the trade of the dollar trade has changed, okay? We're not seeing these overnight rallies anymore. I'm starting to think that some of you dollar bulls are going to be looking at each other very nervously, if not already, very soon. You're going to be eyeing the exits, all right? You're going to be eyeing the exits. I mean, I saw all this in 2009. This is like the reverse of what I said in 2009 when I said the dollar is going to go on a long-term bull market in 2009 when everybody was selling the dollar because they thought, oh, QE, that's money printing and this and that and rate cuts, that's bearish. I said, nuh-uh. It's exactly the opposite. Again, there is the MMT understanding. And sure, in that dollar rally that had transpired over the ensuing, 7 years or so, there were dollar corrections downward, and some of you maybe thought that was the beginning of the big collapse like all the idiots were talking about, but it wasn't. Those were buying opportunities. Everything has reversed now, okay? The fundamentals have reversed. The policy has reversed. I called it from December 2015. I've been short the dollar. I called it January 2017, selling up at 104 in the dollar index, went down to 88, it bounced up to 95, big deal, it's going back down. MMT wins every single time. Now, if you don't have mental game, that's not my problem. If you come to my services thinking, oh, this is wonderful, this is fantastic, I'm going to learn MMT, I'm going to make all this money because now I'm going to have an understanding, a true and concise understanding of the monetary system, and you don't develop mental game, that's not my problem. If you quit, if you are a quitter, that is not my problem. If you are searching for the system fairy, that is not my problem. And a lot of you are searching for the system fairy. The system fairy does not exist, but many of you believe that the system fairy exists, and you are looking for her, and you will continue to look for her the rest of your lives, and most of you will give up at some point. You go back to whatever it is your job is. I don't know what your job is, but you'll go back to that, and your dream of being a trader and making money will go away because you cannot handle discomfort. You do not want to train your mind and your behavior. You want the system fairy because she is going to do everything for you. At least that is what your belief is. All right, so good luck with that, okay? I am going to make a huge score on this position, and I have people who have stuck with it and they have developed. I am sure if I were to ask them right now, compare yourself right now to what you were or how you were, not just prior to meeting me, but prior to going through this very challenging period of the last 4 months, and frankly, folks, what is 4 months in the lifetime of trading or investing? It's, you think Warren Buffett thinks about 4-month time periods? I mean, come on, seriously. He doesn't even get into something, he says, unless he could hold it for 5 years, and he's 87 years old. How's that? Maybe that's what keeps him alive so long, is to have this motivation to keep on going, to see long term, all right? That sustains the vitality of a human being, the optimism there. Yeah, I'm going to be in this thing for 5 years. Screw it. So if I were to ask the people who are with me, who stuck with it, who went through this challenging, difficult period, how do you feel about yourself and your capabilities now compared to how you felt about yourself and your capabilities before coming to me and before going through this difficult and challenging period? I'm sure every single one of them would say, Mike, I am so much stronger. I am so much more resilient. I am so much more capable. I am so much more powerful. I am a new version of myself. I am unstoppable. I am invincible. The markets cannot touch me. I control my own destiny. That's what they would all say. The rest of you, you mock. You look for the system fairy. You quit. You're weak. You're soft. You don't have it. And that applies to everything that you do in your life. Absolutely 100% guaranteed, without question, hands down. You know what I do when the going gets? I wake up every single morning at 4 a.m. I go to the gym. I work out, weights, cardio. 4 a.m. every day, man. Do I like doing that? No. Is that fun? No. Is it easy? No. But guess what? I push myself every single day. The best days I have as a trader are these tough days. You know what I was doing when that dollar was going up every single day, and I woke up every single morning looking at the overnight trade and it was against me? I'd sell more. So there you go. MMT wins every time, folks. Every time. But if you don't have the mental game to go with it, and if you're not willing to develop that mental game, don't come to me. Don't come to me. But if you are, and you have that conviction, and you really want to make it, and you're ready to work on yourself, go to pitbulleconomics.com, sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. All right, everybody. Have a great day.